Hey there, everyone. Hey, it's Kisa. It's Coach K, and I am wishing you a super fantastic evening. I wanted to come back and just let you know just some of the things that you can expect to see from me coming up in 2024. Yesterday, I actually talked about me being involved very intentionally in the dating space. So, another arena that you'll see more of me participating in, we'll say, for lack of a better description at this time, is me being very intentional about promoting and showcasing Black women entrepreneurs. Now, I've always kind of dabbled, not dazzled, but dabbled in this area. There are lots of women that I feature. I think they're doing great things and amazing things. Well, this year I'm going to be really intentional in that space. Okay, what's my goal with that? My goal is to provide inspiration. Now, I'm not going to be the person that you come to and you say, I need a how to on how to start a business. I've started several businesses because that's my heart and passion. I'm a female entrepreneur, an African American female entrepreneur. Um, so that is my passion. So there are some things that I can help you with. My main goal, though, is to tell the great stories of what people are doing to give you motivation to either get you started or to give you motivation to help you continue your journey. And sometimes I've found that it's not a matter of us not knowing what we're gifted to do and what we're called to do. It's just a matter of knowing, okay, or hearing that thing that helps us to go on, hearing that testimony, hearing how this person had to pivot, hearing where they came up with their next big idea, hearing how they took that great idea from an idea status to monetization, hearing what gave them staying power because it looked like it wasn't working at first, but they just kept on doing it. They kept on doing it, and they've made a name for themselves after many years. Hearing how they overcame great obstacles of sometimes not even being able to pay their staff or even make payroll. Those sorts of things give you that juice, they give you that boost to keep going. And there's some of you who you need the inspiration to go ahead and do it. You're afraid to leave the land of safety, and you are accustomed to living according to a paycheck, and as a result, you know that you really should be in the business arena, but you're very comfortable making a paycheck. And some of you have an understanding that in the future, perhaps even the near future, that you're going to be moving over into the entrepreneurial space. So here's where I can come in and help you with that as well. Taking a look at the things that can help you prepare as you move over into the entrepreneurial space. It's not just a matter of saying, I have this great idea. There's some things that go along with that, okay? I can coach you along that arena. What are some of the things that you need to do? And some of this stuff, y'all, it's not about you paying me or anything about like that. The best thing you can do is share my videos. I'm being very intentional about asking you this year, what I need of you. I'm not asking you for a dime. Share my videos, like my videos. If I said something that sparked something, let me know. Engage with me, okay? Or if it's not for you, but you know someone who really wants to start a business, but she's been afraid or nervous, et cetera, et cetera. Hey, push that share button. That can help me immensely and will help me immensely. So, in that space, my background is that I have been and was nearly a 30-year employee. I've been working since I've been about 15. I entered the space in 1994. 1994, no, 1995, when I graduated from the University of Alabama. I've been a lifelong communicator. So I graduated with my communications degree with a broadcast journalism sequence, went to Tupelo, Mississippi immediately after graduation, then worked in Montgomery, then came to Birmingham, all in broadcast news. Ended up leaving there, then transitioned over into crisis communication. I worked as a spokesperson for the American Red Cross and then a spokesperson for Alabama Power before leaving the job scene for good. I have nothing, it wasn't a negative situation. I'll be honest with you. There's a right. I feel like I'm going into my Keith Sweat mode right now. He has this song, "There's a right and a wrong way to love somebody." Well, let me tell you, there's a right and a wrong way to become an entrepreneur. And I had a stint back in the day where I jumped off of the employment train a little bit too early, and I wasn't prepared. I thought I was. I had some savings, but that savings only lasted so long. And after a while, I was kind of looking around like, okay, what do I do now? Not that I couldn't have made it work then, but I just didn't have the amount of information that I needed. I had the inspiration, I had the inkling in my heart that I am supposed to be in business. This was back, I would perhaps say, even in 2002. I just knew I would take an entrepreneurial path. Okay, that vision hasn't really come full circle until now. April 2020, right before the pandemic hit, April 2020, right before it hit full swing, was when I understood that I was called to be an entrepreneur. Never working in the corporate arena again. Well, you never say never, but I'm just saying I've been in that space for 30 years. I had enough information, I had enough experience because I had a business which ran concurrently with my corporate career, All Shea Naturals, which, by the way, you can visit allsheanaturals.com. We make luxury sugar scrubs and body butters, all shea butter based. But those are homemade products which are not only good to you, but good for you and good for your skin. So allsheanaturals.com is that website. But I concurrently ran that business while working my corporate career. So by day, I was a corporate spokesperson. By night, I'd be filling orders. And there would be some nights I didn't go to sleep. There would be some nights I would, fill 8, 9 orders, starting off that business, because really I didn't have the wisdom on how to get a team and all that kind of stuff. I was very young, so all I knew was just work hard, work hard, work hard. Well, when you're talking about scaling a business, that is not the best way to do that. Okay, when you're talking about scaling a business, you've got to understand how to employ a team. Now, eventually, I did do that and hired people to help me as part of the production of that. But again, I started the business and ran it concurrently, studied it, read on it, took seminars. Okay. So by the time I really jumped into the corporate space in 2020, there was no doubt that that was what I was supposed to do, none whatsoever. And, there comes a place where even if you don't have all the money that you need, your experience, your level of faith, your connections, it can supersede money in the bank, meaning I knew how to make money as an entrepreneur. So I knew I saved, I had a certain amount of money, but I wasn't concerned about money running out or anything like that, because I knew the process in order to make the money. So when you have your process down, you understand, when you have your system down, you can then duplicate. Okay, when you get your system, you can duplicate it. So you're not worried about looking at money in a bank, because if you are, as an entrepreneur, may not be cut out for you. The toughest thing I believe as an entrepreneur is the simple fact that, you if coming from the corporate world, I mean, every 2 weeks, like clockwork, you had that money there from your corporate position or just any position, right? And when you become an entrepreneur, that goes out of the that goes out the window. Sometimes and the untold story about building as an entrepreneur, I'll be honest with you, is sometimes while building, you do have to take a step back. Sometimes while building, you do have to go and get the temporary job. Sometimes while building, you do things which are uncomfortable. The job may not be primary, but maybe you're taking part-time work, or maybe you're taking, contract assignments, which allow you to supplement as you continue to build your business. The thing that changes as an entrepreneur, when you know that you're an entrepreneur, you understand, I know different ways to make money. No big deal. And I don't have to do it by quote unquote reporting into a job every day. No, I have enough know how, I have enough connections where I can either become a contract employee, independent contractor. I work different assignments for people Or I have a business like the shea butter business that I have, and I understand that, I fill orders. So people go on my website, and I changed it from being just a local business. I moved it to the website because in my mind, I thought, people can order from Canada. People can order from all over the world rather than just being limited to Birmingham, Alabama. Okay, and me having to deliver. No, I can go and fulfill orders and mail it at the post office. Okay, and it becomes unlimited. So again, it's understanding ways to make money, whether getting, assignments. I'm a media trainer. I am a media coach. I'm a facilitator. I MC different events, so I may get assignments to MC. I'm a media, almost 30 years in the business, so I'm a media expert. Just different ways, different connections that I've established, and I understand how to help income come into, or get income to come on a consistent basis in that manner. Now, when you start building, will you have the same income as your career? Ideally you should, ideally, but you also begin to understand as an entrepreneur that you're not bothered by building. You're not bothered by it anymore. Ideally, what you would want to do, and this is just a very general rule, very general, and there are exceptions, but ideally, you want to have enough money saved so you can give yourself a cushion. Whether you say, okay, I'm going to take 6 months, and I'll have enough bill to have enough money to have all my bills paid for 6 months, or you say, I'm going to take a year, and I'm going to make sure that my mortgage is paid up for a year, my bills are paid up for a year, my credit cards are paid off, so all I'll have is utilities. I can make it work with utilities. Whatever your plan is, you have to have a plan in place in order to become a successful entrepreneur. Now, I know stories of people who were fired, who retired, who just decided to just walk off, or who just walked off of jobs, and they went into a thing of, what, I'm going to make some money as an entrepreneur and I will not be denied. There are those stories there. So, I operated more on a system of having money sort of saved up, to where I did, and I had a system and a plan of, okay, I know I have money for this amount of time. I'm going to continue to work my process, work my plan. You know what I mean? And I'll supplement, but in the immediate, future, I'm good. So I'll have some money saved up. So that would be the ideal situation. And again, there are exceptions. So, you know, teaching purposes only, if you were to lose your job within the next week or next couple of months, and you're like, I'm not ready, but you have this inkling in your heart that you need to start a business, I am not saying that you cannot be successful. You understand? Because there are times where you may have an understanding of your business. You may already be running a business now. You may be an outstanding cake baker, and you're already doing it, but you just haven't had the time to fully dedicate to it. And by you not having that position anymore, you can now really dedicate time to doing that and filling orders, and you have a system, and all you just need is the time to do it, and now you have the time. So hey, you don't miss a beat. I mean, again, there are exceptions, but I can help you in that arena in understanding what it looks like to walk away from a corporate job and begin a new career as an entrepreneur, begin your life as an entrepreneur. I can help you with that. I'm going to be providing you with stories of women who did it. And we're going to talk about how they did it, because I want you to understand the process. Because one thing I understand is that once you get the information and you surround yourself in those spaces and you do it, you just sort of naturally acquire the information that you need to become a success. You naturally acquire that. And remember, I said to you that I knew that I knew that I knew in 2020, April 2020, it was time for me to go out all out in business. I knew that I knew that I knew. Well, I've been in that space for years, okay? At least 5 years, more like probably 7 to 10 years, really, if I really think about it. I've been in that business space and entrepreneurial space for years. So there was no fear there. So the knowledge that I had, the experience that I had, it overrode the fact of, yeah, I did have some money, but if I was concerned about the money running out or whatever, that's okay. I know how to make it, and I know how to and what, downgrade your lifestyle or change your lifestyle so that your lifestyle can run commiserate, with your resources. You're not trying to buy the latest handbag or the latest fashionable items. No, 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 no. You understand how to downgrade, how to take a temporary setback, what some would say, in order to have a long-term gain. So I just wanted you to know that you will see that coming in the future, very near future. In fact, it's already started, featuring the stories of women entrepreneurs. We're going to start our show out on a Sunday. In fact, we've had our first episode this past Sunday, in which we featured Angela Abdul Rashid. uh, Write the Vision. Write the Vision. We kicked it off. I interviewed her at a vision board party that she had, and the neat thing about that was it's actually a vision board book as opposed to putting it on a poster. Because do we ever keep those? No, we throw those away, right? So we actually were able to take the pictures and put them in a book, and you can walk around and keep the book, which I thought was very, very creative. So that was the first one. We're going to continue to feature those stories every Sunday night. The Sundays today, we kind of kick back and we get ready for the week. And so I want to provide you some weekly inspiration as you get ready for your week, as you go out into the marketplace and as you're thinking. Because again, as you continue to put yourself in those spaces, as you continue to hear how people started their business, as you continue to hear how they overcame challenges, you put yourself in a position to get information. It starts working. That information going here goes into your heart and starts working with your heart and all of the things within you to create your master plan. Here's what I want you to do at this particular point. I want you to remember my website, keisasharp.com/life coaching. keisasharp.com/life coaching. And that is the site in which you can contact me. You can take a look at some of the other services, and actually, I'm going to do you a solid right now. I'm needing a little bit of water, so I know you probably hear me doing whatever with my throat. That's one section of my site in which I offer some a la carte services. But here we go. Needed to take a little sip of water. My goodness. KeisaSharp.com /life coaching. Here is the site. Confront change and master your life. I am the life change strategist. I'm literally taking the mouse and circling that. And my gifting is helping you to navigate change in your life as a whole, in your relationships, and in your career. Last night, I talked how I would specifically be dealing with change in the new dating arena, the new relational arena that we find ourselves in, which is very different. Okay, very different from anything that we've seen. Not bad necessarily, just different. Okay, so how do you navigate change in that arena? I'll be talking about that. And again, listen, here's the site. Whether it's relationships, whether it's your career, remember I'm in that entrepreneurial space as well. Whether it's introducing you to others who have successfully navigated, that's what I'll be doing. I offer programs where you can work with me one-on-one, 4-week program, 90-day program, 6-month program. Here's the prices on those programs as you journey to change and reinvention. Here's some a la carte services that I offer as well. I MC, host, and moderate professional events. I also train. I'm a media trainer, communications trainer, and I'm also a voiceover artist as well. So I am for hire. And here's a look at my blog, just some other things that are on my site. So again, if you want, when you go and check that out, keisasharp.com/life coaching. Okay. I'm going to put that back on the screen so you can see that there. Just took that off, and let me stop the screen share. So anyway, thank you for tuning in tonight. And I'm looking forward to this adventure that we're going on, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. And remember, there's some things that I have coming down the pike related to dating, but you'll see me be a lot more vocal about some of the things that I notice and I'm seeing out on social media. How can you support me? You can support me by liking and sharing my posts. You can support me by liking and sharing my videos. You can support me by commenting and engaging me in conversation. I'm not asking you for money, I'm asking you for engagement. Okay? That's what helps me. And that's the purpose of it, to help as many people as we can and to interrupt the space with some positivity and some news that you can use. That's the purpose of all of this. So I'm Kisa, Coach K. There's my website, kisasharp.com/life coaching. I hope that you have an amazing rest of the night. I'm so glad you chose to spend a little time with me as I reintroduce myself to you as Coach K. I am the life change coach, the life change strategist. I can't talk tonight. I am the life change strategist. Let me try that again. I am the life change strategist, and I'm helping you to navigate change in your life, your career, and your relationships. Y'all, I'll see you on the other side. I'll see you on social media. I'll see you on TikTok. I'll see you out there. I'll see you. And I'm looking to support you, and I am asking for you to support me. Have a super evening, okay? Looking forward to what amazing things await us in 2024. And I thank you for your time. Have a wonderful night.